Roman Reigns to return and replace Jey Uso in upcoming match after backstage incident? Exploring the possibility? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Roman Reigns has not been seen on WWE TV since his major loss to Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel, following the spear from Jey Uso. This week's episode of WWE Raw featured Adam Pearce announcing that Seth Rollins had to relinquish his World Heavyweight Championship due to injury. A battle royal was then held to determine CM Punk's opponent at Saturday night's main event to crown the new World Heavyweight Champion. Jey Uso won the battle royal and is now set to face Punk for the title. However, the stars who were involved in writing Rollins off TV, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, were not allowed to participate. While both men were initially announced as participants in the high-stakes match, Adam Pearce removed them after a backstage segment with WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman, which has sparked much discussion. There is speculation that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed could cause trouble for Jey Uso backstage in an attempt to secure a spot in the match at Saturday night's main event. Such a move could strengthen their positions as villains and further establish Braun Breaker's standing on the roster. However, Roman Reigns could make his return, step in for Jey Uso, and face CM Punk for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. A story like this could make for an exciting twist and bring renewed attention to everyone involved. Since the backstage confrontation involving Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins has clearly turned face once again. While Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have had their own rivalry in recent months, both could set aside their differences to challenge the duo of Breaker and Reed. During a recent episode of The Wrestling Time Machine, Bill Apter suggested that the Shield might be coming back together. Rollins landed poorly and injured his arm, so they had to create an angle to explain his absence. Either way, I think they handled it well, and maybe we'll see Seth Rollins team up with Roman Reigns again as two members of the Shield, Apter said. On WWE SmackDown last Friday, Ilya Dragunov made his highly anticipated return after recovering from an ACL injury. The Mad Dragon answered Sami Zayn's United States Championship Open Challenge and won the title on his first night back. Like Dragunov, there are several other WWE superstars who could return and immediately capture a championship. The Master of the 619 has been out of action since April and is expected to return before the end of the year. In the meantime, his son Dominic Mysterio has won both the Intercontinental Championship and the AAA Mega Championship. The Hall of Famer could reignite his rivalry with his son and possibly reclaim the Intercontinental Championship upon his return, as Dominic continues to make remarks about him. Their back-and-forth exchanges online have kept fans entertained, and a title match between them would surely draw attention. Stephanie Vaquer, the reigning Women's World Champion, has been on an impressive run since winning the title at WrestlePalooza by defeating Io Sky. However, she could face a strong challenge if Liv Morgan returns. Morgan's rivalry with Rhea Ripley propelled her to new heights, leading her to win the Women's World Championship. She has been away since June due to a shoulder injury and could re-enter the title picture upon her return. The EST of WWE has been sidelined after injuring her hand at WrestleMania 41. Although she briefly returned as a special guest referee for the match between Jade Cargill and Naomi at Evolution 2025, she has yet to compete in the ring. To make an instant impact, Belair could capture the WWE Women's Championship on her first night back. This would surprise fans and could spark a strong championship run if planned correctly. Although it may seem ambitious, Gunther could regain the Intercontinental Championship from a retiring legend. The ring general is rumored to be John Cena's final opponent in WWE at Saturday night's main event. While Cena doesn't currently hold the Intercontinental title, he could win it from Dominic Mysterio in one of his last appearances, becoming a Grand Slam champion before passing the title to Gunther in his farewell match. Roman Reigns, who spent 1,316 days as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, has yet to win the new World Heavyweight Championship. With the Tribal Chief now appearing on Raw, it seems likely that he could soon add the world title to his list of achievements. Reigns winning another championship would be a major moment. Doing so unexpectedly would certainly energize the fan base. The faction could then engage in rivalries with Jey Uso, CM Punk, or LA Knight for the title. The Bloodline saga has been one of the most intriguing stories in WWE in the modern era. It is a long-term storyline centered around the Anoa'i family wrestlers, involving Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and others. Over the past few years, WWE has unraveled several layers in this saga, showcasing elements of family, loyalty, power, and betrayal. The Bloodline saga has earned a reputation for its cinematic storytelling, emotional depth, and surprising twists. Despite running for almost 5 years now, WWE has continued this arc on the main roster. However, the company has faced criticism for stretching the storyline, prompting calls to conclude it and refresh WWE's narrative landscape. Creative stagnation. Centered around Roman Reigns, the USOs, Solo Sikoa, and the Tongans, the Bloodline storyline has reached a creative standstill in WWE. This long-term saga has spanned over 5 years, featuring multiple betrayals, power struggles, title reigns, and faction shifts. Things are currently at a point where the storyline feels repetitive and overly extended. Key themes like family loyalty and internal conflict have been revisited too many times. WWE continues to rely on familiar patterns, whether it's the tension between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso on Raw, or Solo Sikoa's attempts to expand his faction. Therefore, WWE needs to conclude this arc before fans lose complete interest. Limiting opportunities for other superstars. One major reason to end this Anoa'i family saga is that it restricts opportunities for other talents. The Bloodline's dominance, particularly in the main event scene, has taken up top spots on weekly shows and premium live events, leaving less room for others to shine. Stars like Roman Reigns, the USOs, and Solo Sikoa have been in the spotlight for most of the year, while many deserving wrestlers have struggled to enter the world title picture. Ending the Bloodline saga would open the door for new faces to rise and address fans' concerns about underutilized performers. It would also allow WWE to distribute attention more evenly across its roster. The story has already peaked. The Bloodline saga reached its creative and emotional peak during Roman Reigns' Tribal Chief era from 2020 to early 2024. That period showcased some of WWE's best storytelling in recent memory. However, it is unlikely that the current direction of the story can recapture that same level of excitement. The ongoing focus on Jey Uso's transformation into a self-centered leader mirrors earlier storylines without offering much new depth. As a result, this continuation may fail to deliver a satisfying payoff. WWE should close this chapter and move on to fresh storylines that bring new energy and creativity to its programming. WWE Survivor Series 2025 is just over a month away, and the match card has yet to be revealed. The creative team has already begun building toward the final Big Four event of the year. Fans can expect major title changes and conclusions to long-term storylines at the show. But which match will headline the event? Here's a look at 4 possible main events for Survivor Series 2025. Few factions have defined a generation of WWE as much as The Shield. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose each became world champions and top-tier performers after their debut as a team. The Shield originally broke up in 2014, when Seth Rollins betrayed Ambrose and Reigns to join the Authority. However, the trio reunited in 2017 during their feud with Cesaro, Sheamus, and The Miz. Their reunion was set to culminate in a 3-on-5 handicap tables, ladders, and chairs match against The Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, Kane, and Braun Strowman at the TLC Premium Live event. Unfortunately, Roman Reigns had to withdraw due to illness, leaving Ambrose and Rollins at a disadvantage. He was replaced by 9-time WWE champion Kurt Angle, marking Angle's first WWE match in 11 years.